Now, these are a set of microphones that I think are going to interest a lot of creators like myself, or someone that just wants dual microphones with very good quality. They are from AnkerWork. They're called the M650s. So they're dual wireless transmitting microphones that use their TrueLink tech. And this ensures that it can go for a range up to 656 feet distance, which is a lot. So you don't have to worry about the range of it and then it just breaking up. And testing out their voice shield. Now, the voice shield is a noise cancellation technology that's going to reduce that noisy ambience of, for example, a bar where I'll be testing them out. People talking, music, other noises can really be brought down hugely thanks to this tech. So having two of them means you can use it in an interview situation, or if you have two hosts, that's pretty handy. And the battery runtime is very good. Those long recording sessions, you don't need to worry about the battery running out on you because it is 6 hours on a single charge, and then with the case, it's 15 hours in total. So we do get a bit of paperwork. There are 2 wind filters for each of the wireless microphones, 2 replaceable outer covers, good for color coordinating maybe with your team, that one person has the gold, someone else has the other color or the default color on them. Of course, the M650 right there. They include this, which is a pouch to protect it all. Rather nice, stop it from getting all scratched up, so you just throw it into that. And here we do have a 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter cable, and it is the TRS style. So that is all that is included there with the AnkerWork M650. Now to run you through all the ins and outs here with the M650. So the case design is a little bit like a extra large wireless earbuds case. It's got that same style to it, of course accommodating to the 2 transmitters and our receiver there. Now magnets will hold them in place, pogo port pin chargers. The runtime of each of them, well, we're looking at 6 hours straight. And with the case's battery then, that's 15 hours in total. Now, closing the lid down, it does have a very good feel to it. It's a magnet that keeps it in place. Bit of rubber there in the top too, so that presses up very lightly against the components inside here. And just shaking that, there are no rattles, which is good. So at the moment with the battery gauge here, you can see I've got 25% because each one of these does represent 25% of the battery life here with the case. And I've been using it quite a bit. I've filmed a couple of reviews of e-bikes using this, and the battery life is looking very strong indeed. Rubber on the bottom here, Type-C port here, and overall a nice case design to it. So the 2 transmitters, you can of course use both of them, interview situations, and they're very easy just to take them straight out and you're up and going because this pairs up instantly really once that lid has been lifted up. Now I'll just show you the transmitters here, the design of them. So we've got our microphone at the top with a bit of an internal mesh, a little point there, which is actually where this clips in, our wind filter. Now, I love the design of these wind filters. I've got a big problem with my current wireless mic that I use. I'm constantly knocking off the stupid wind filters, and I've lost probably about 4 of them now, and I have to keep buying them all the time. But because this is using the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack right here, which of course is for lav mics, you've got that option if you want to use them, plug them in. It simply just slots into that, goes into there, and that little bit at the top clips in. And you hear like a bit of a clip sound to it. There we go. That's not going anywhere at all. And I mean, it's not going to be easily knocked off when you move about, which keeps happening to my other wireless mic. So I can give this a real strong shake, and that's simply not going to come away from it. And it's a little, not tricky, but you have to give it quite a bit of a pull to get it off again. There we go. And I really love this design. So a solid wind filter from it. And later on, there are some real world tests of just what the wind filter is like compared to not using it. So we have a button on the side here. It's a status LED, currently red because I've already pressed it. That's to mute it. We've got it for pairing. And of course, you could manually turn them on and off with this. The other thing I like about it is look at this design here of the clip. So normally you just open that up, you clip them on, right, to your jacket, to your shirt. But this is the cool part, is you just pull this off. It's got a really strong magnet here. I mean, look at how strong it is when I get it close. Just clips on. And this means the placement options now are pretty much unlimited to where you can use this, put this on, and you can also spin it around too. So you can have it at various different angles, and it will latch in there so that's not going anywhere. So great to, you can just slip this under a shirt and then put it over the top, as you can see now, and I'm done. I am set up then with the transmitters. There is this other customization option, as I showed you before when we looked at what we got, is that you can remove these outer cases. Say you've got two hosts and you want to identify which one's the transmitter 1, which is 2, then you can simply swap over, or if you want it to match your clothes or your style or whatever, change those outer cases to the other ones that are included, which is a nice option to have a bit of customization. Then the receiver, which is also very well designed, and I like the options we get with it. So the receiver uses their TrueLink wireless technology using a LC3 codec and an incredible range up to 656 feet. I'll be testing that out later in my real world tests. So you see we've got these two accessories here either side. Now one's the lightning port connector, the other's type C, and when you pull it out, you can easily attach those attachments there. So this is if you were going to be using your mobile too and you want a better audio quality. Again, I have tests of that very shortly. So it simply just slots into the bottom right here. So you place it in, give it a twist, and that's the Type-C port then locked on to the receiver here. So we have the Pogo port pins there for charging and data. And I just demonstrate that I can plug this now into my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. And yes, even using a case, it's not going to be a problem. They have given some space there for that, accounted to the extra sizes of cases. And away we're going. We can monitor our audio levels and suddenly really step up and improve our audio quality versus the inbuilt microphones. And I'll just demonstrate here too that I can now quickly swap it over. See how quick it is to get yourself up and running. Slot in here the new one. Okay, that's the lightning port connector. Grab my iPhone, plug that in, and now I've got audio that is 10 times better than especially the built-in microphones that an iPhone has. So a really nice handy option to have, so quick and easy. You can use your iPhones, iPads, and all your Type-C Android mobile phones. So we have a 1.4-inch touch screen here. The touch response is excellent. It works really well. We can clearly see everything. So you can see I've got one of them muted, our audio levels. I've got the gain turned down on these ones a little bit here, so minus 12 decibels. The signal strength, and then the battery life. So battery life here, this one up the top here, of course, is the receiver. And those other two there are two of the transmitters. And you can see that just the different modes there is showing up. Now, I'll quickly run you over the design here. That's the clip. We've got this, which is brilliant too. Audio out. So yes, you can monitor your audio with this. Plug in a 3.5mm headphone and then listen to the audio. Type-C port. Those are the connectors for the accessory connector right there that you slot in. Really strong design because I've actually dropped this. I've had the whole thing fall over with my tripod and everything. And you can see it's got a bit scratched up and things. And I was really worried I was going to smash it or just break off where the port, Type-C port connects into it. Didn't happen. So I got lucky maybe, but it seems to be very solid. And I have accidentally dropped it too as well. So good design. Now the screen here's got all that information just so clear. You can see the different levels. Now we've got different options. So if you swipe down here, there's the noise reduction. So I'll go over that with some real world samples later on. This is their true voice. Okay, so it's their AI noise reduction. We've got low and high different levels. I've got it off there, as you can clearly see at the moment. And you can see the touch is working fantastic. Soundtrack. So I have it set to mono, but you can put it into stereo and in fact use both of them. If you wanted to do so, you can have both of the transmitters here. One, your left channel, the other, the right. Maybe you need that for certain audio needs. Maybe you're recording music or something or whatever. But you got that option, which is great. And then if we swipe up there, you can see we've got mute. We can start recording now. So the inbuilt storage up to 7 hours. And I don't need that at the moment. So most people would be recording directly on their camera or on their smartphones. And then if you swipe from the left or right, you go into the settings for each of the transmitters. So you can see here, I can mute it, I can hit record, I can control then the decibels, so the gain, just to lower that down. So I found that, at least with my mobile phone, that at 0, it was a little bit too loud. Didn't quite clip, but I like it a little quieter. So I just toned that down a bit. Tapping here, we have just more options there. You can see how many files I have of the inbuilt storage, how many minutes that is on each of those transmitters too. So it's recording on each of the transmitters up to 7 hours. So very clear, and I can swipe again from the left to go into the transmitter number 1 with the same options there. And what about noisy environments? So you got a lot of background noise in this bar, for example, but I want to get clean audio. Well, it's got, of course, the DSP, the noise reduction. So I'll test that out now and see if we can hear a difference. So this is with the low setting applied. It should remove a lot of the background talking and things, but we can still hear a little. Now we'll test it out with the high setting. What do you think? It makes a big difference removing the people talking in the background, noises from the bar, the music, all of that, and you can hear more. The focus is on my voice, of course. Now this is one scenario here where the AnkerWork M650 is going to be really good. So say you're out vlogging like I am now, but it is very windy, so we're probably getting a little bit of wind noise coming through on my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. And if it doesn't have wind noise, it'll be applying a wind filter, which kills the audio quality. So this is what it is like recording with the inbuilt microphones. I'm going to swap over now to the AnkerWork M650. So now we should be able to hear a big difference, and I've just got it attached with the magnet a little bit lower here, and you can see the way the fur on that is blowing around. That is how windy it really is. Very windy on the coast here normally, and I'll give you an example of just how windy it is. But look at these trees here. Look at how much they are blowing around, and the audio quality, massive difference now using this AnkerWork M650. And this is another area where it is ideal because you can do things like this, outdoor product reviews. Just connect up the AnkerWork M650 and away you go. You can connect it up to your camera, your smartphones like I just showed you before, and you're freely able to walk around things like a bike here and even ride it around and have the mic connected because of the excellent range it does have, and you've got no cables to worry about. Now what about the range? I'm going to test it out here because it's 656 feet, which is way beyond where I'm about to go now with its TrueLink wireless transmission. So we still have that clear quality, good quality, and I'm able now to explore and just run over to the other side here, and you can still hear me clearly, and the ground from all the way over here now. So that's pretty good. You heard the difference there it does make. So in noisy environments with a lot of people talking, shouting, music, if you turn on the noise reduction, which I've currently got off at the moment because I want you to hear the noise of the waves, it really makes a huge difference in just making your voice so much more clearer without all that distraction of the background noise there. So a really great versatile set of wireless, dual wireless microphones here from AnkerWork, the M650. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did like it and my examples of where you can use this versatile wireless microphone setup.